Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and welcome to your weekly replay video, as usual, on Sunday. So in today's replay, we have the Tier 9 Premium American battleship, the Kearsarge, being driven by one Falcon Captain. Now, the Kearsarge is one of the better Tier 9 Premiums in the game, in my humble opinion. I think it's actually one of the best Tier 9 premiums you can pick up. And I know that's kind of sacrilege because, yes, that is a giant flight deck welded to the middle of the ship, but, like, it's a good ship. Mainly because you get 12 16-inch American guns at Tier 9, which is pretty wild. So you have, like, Montana firepower at Tier 9. Now, what's the downside of this? Well, the downside is that they are the 45 caliber guns of the North Carolina instead of the 50 caliber guns that you can find on the Iowa. So the guns are a little more frustrating to aim at range because of that slower velocity. Like, the velocity coming out of these guns, the shells are only going like 702 meters a second, which is like they're basically falling out of the barrels rather than being fired out of the barrels, compared to most other Tier 9 battleships' velocities. But you still have 12 of them, and from like 16 kilometers in, more than comfortable enough to aim with these guns. And plus, they're pretty accurate because they are, you are able to equip the American Platinum module with the Kearsarge, which helps out the dispersion a lot. So, yeah, you get some great guns here. Then on top of that, you have a single flight of Midway HE rocket planes, which is great for keeping up with, well, whatever direction the match is going in. Because think about all the times that, you've gone to a flank, it's collapsed, either, for or against your team, and now you're kind of, stuck in a situation where, well, if you aren't able to really, do too much with your guns, you have the planes to fall back on. Like, in the case of a flank falling in your team's favor, but you only have like 20,000 damage in. Well, you can use the planes to go fly around the map and, go bully the ships on the other side of the map. And of course, too, the planes do provide some spotting capability, which is always nice, right? So it's a nice ace up your sleeve, but not really where a majority of your damage should be coming from in the Kearsarge. It is still a battleship first. It is not a CV with guns. It's a battleship with a flight deck. So you should be using those excellent 16-inch American guns to your benefit. Now, this is a live reaction replay, so I don't really know what's going on in this match. Well, I know what's going on as I am watching it, but I don't really have too much of an idea of... Bridgeport. Yeah, I don't know what this guy is doing. Just sitting there broadside on. As you can see, he had to get to crank back his shots there because he assumed the Bridgeport was, I guess trying to turn around or go somewhere. But I think the Bridgeport's kind of confused as to what she's supposed to be doing. But pulling out and parking broadside onto a Tier 9 battleship is definitely not what you should be doing. Looks like he's going forward now. Oh, please clap this Bridgeport. This would be quite the opening to the match. Oh, apparently a red cruiser did get sunk somewhere, and we missed it. Looks like something got sunk in the A-cap. What went down? Oh, the Shimanta went down. Okay, well yeah, they tend to do that. Alright, so let's see. This salvo looks fairly decent, but look how long it takes the shells to get there. Because he's firing at 18 kilometers. But look, they still deliver 19k off of the Bridgeport. Ooh, speaking of cruisers going down, the friendly Otago is getting absolutely crushed at the moment. Yeah, he's a little bit too close for an Otago this early in game. Oh, Baltimore, 13 kilometers, and definitely within the comfort zone of the Kearsarge's guns. Okay, he is about in. Yep, there goes the Otago. Looks like he might be turning. Is he going to turn completely? Is he going to gamer turn here? He's darn near going to gamer turn in front of a Kearsarge. I don't know what he's thinking here. Okay, so Falcon's waiting for him to dedicate to a direction before he fires. Okay, there we go. Catches him in the turn. 35-second reload on the Kearsarge. About the same as the... Oh, this looks so good. Oh, beautiful. 23k. No Citadels, though. Single Citadel, that would have been a dead Baltimore. But yeah, please note that the Kearsarge's 12 guns reload slightly faster than the 9 guns that you find on the latest Dockyard ship, which is hilarious. That Baltimore is like the, who's farming him down? The Christopher? Yeah. Oh, no, the Shear gets the kill there. Okay. Okay, so 2v2 right now. In terms of kills, they're trading pretty well. In terms of caps, the green team is pulling out ahead, popping that heal. Hello, North Carolina gives them the rear turrets there. Oh, someone just got naval warfare arson. That's interesting. Means the man has gone up to the Baltimore. How have you gotten to the Baltimore in the American cruiser line without killing something by fire? That's very interesting. Huh. Okay. Anyway, there's the Bridgeport again. There's a Uganda. You get a nice little push going on here from the red team side. You got the Bridgeport, Uganda, North Carolina, the Benson all pushing down. I take a shot as the Benson as he should. Benson's down to like 4k HP. He just really needs to clip him with a few shells, and that should be a dead Benson. Ooh, one. Does give him another 2700 HP. The Christopher should be able to finish him off here if he can get some spotting on him. But looks like that is not going to happen. Okay, Bridgeport, what is he doing now? Is he going to sell out? No, looks like he's about to nose into that island. The Uganda is in the cap. At least I believe it's the Uganda in the cap. I think the Benson is just kind of hiding in the smoke right now. Okay, he's pushing up into... Well, not into the sea cap. Closer to the sea cap. There's that North Carolina. There's the Bridgeport. Definitely want to finish that off. Gives him the full broadside. And there should be a dead Bridgeport here. Which it is. I was about to say, my god, if he just gets like a couple of overpins and that guy gets to live, that's going to be infuriating. Okay, so he's dead. Now we have the North Carolina. Now, the secret of the Kearsarge is that she's actually quite good at mid to close range because her hull is actually really well armored. The flight deck and a hangar, well, the flight deck's actually angled okay. The hangar, on the other hand, yeah, it is just kind of the, shoot here for free damage area of the ship. But, I mean, if you can bait them to shooting to your side, you can tank a whole lot with the Kearsarge. This looks really good. Oh, still no citadels? What? On a North Carolina showing that much side? But he did rip him for 30k, though, in pure pins. But, man, that should have been some citadels there. All right. I mean, it's in North Carolina. Ooh. Okay, see. Look at that. Only 4,300. Oh, my God. What is this guy doing? This is someone that has not played a lot of North Carolina. Because this is just asking to get deleted. I'm also surprised whoever shot with the AP right there just didn't delete him. This should be a dead North Carolina. There we go. Bye-bye. No, still, no. How does he not get a citadel on a North Carolina showing a completely flat broadside? That is wild. But he's dead, though. Okay, so green team has 4 ships down. Red team has 5 ships down. Green team is pulling far ahead in the points right now because they do have, well, all of the caps. Okay. His planes are up. He hasn't used them yet because there's a Uganda that's just chilling there 8 kilometers away from him. So he doesn't need to use them just yet. Hello, sir. I give him the full broadside here. This looks pretty good. Uganda's pretty lightly armored. And there we go, another 10. Okay, man is just getting like so much pin damage and nary a single citadel yet. Okay, we know the Benson's somewhere out to the east, but he's very low. Uganda's down 8.5k. Oh, there's 2 Kearsarges this match. Alright, friendly Bismarck goes down to the enemy Iowa. Okay, bringing the total to 5-5 for ships sunk right now. Very close game on kills. The guy in chat is right. Even if they start clawing it back here, they're so far behind in points. They'd have to really start. There we go. It's still no citadel, just pure pin damage. My god. Dude, this guy's shells are allergic to the ship's citadels, apparently. Oh, we have a Sinop on the flank. That's not good. Oh, there's the Benson, though. Hey, so, like, the Christopher should be able to just pop out and bully him real quick. Looks like he is just going to sell him to the island. Did he crank his speed down? Well, the island avoidance noise is still there and very annoying. So, apparently he's just selling right into the island. Alright, so there we go. Christopher does take out the Benson. So, now the east flank is secure. Red team is flipping the A-cap, however. Hello, Mr. Sinop. How are you doing all the way out here? Very far away for a Sinop, I must say. I don't know what his plan is, but he may not even have one. Alright, so things have suddenly flipped over the A-cap. The green team, who was just kind of chasing the A team into the wall there, has now been bullied into retreating. And you got to call it. This Helena down here is about to get the clapping of his life. I don't know if the Sinop has been doing this entire game, but now he's suddenly in a very good position to be a bit of a pain in the friendly team's side. Again, Helena, how are you still alive, buddy? I don't know. Perhaps the Iowa just overpinned the living crap out of him, but that should be a dead Helena. Okay. There we go. Helena gets taken out by the Roussillon. And hello, Mr. Sinop. Ooh, the other Kearsarge just removed about half of his remaining HP. Let's see if Falcon can get in on the fun here. Now, the Sinop is a lower tier ship, tier 7, so those shells are about to, about to say, Sinop's armor is great at tier 7, but at tier 9, not so much. Chunks another 13k out of the enemy ship. Is this man going to, like, not get a single Citadel this entire game? Alright, Colorado takes out the Sinop. But now, Colorado has a Jaeger problem now. And not like my uncle. Ooh, that's probably a dead Colorado there. They are just Jaeger torts, but he's only at 18k HP. Yeah. That's a dead Colorado. Yeah, that's like using a nuke. Those torps are so fast, and the Colorado is so slow. That's actually just straight up seal clubbing there. You have a Roussillon who has no armor, 25mm bow and stern, which 6-inch shells do not care about. So this is probably going to be a dead Roussillon here, although he does get a bit of an odd roll there from dispersion. And, sorry, from RNG on his dispersion. So yeah, only clips him for like 4k there. But the other Kearsarge is probably about to have a pretty good time with him. It's like the Roussillon, got him pretty good. No Citadels for sure. Probably just chunked that hangar. Okay, it's 4v4 now. And the red team does have the points advantage, but the green team is catching up on kills. Somehow. Alright, broadside out on the Roussillon. And let's see. Yep. No armor. There we go. Down to 3,200 damage. And that 3,200 HP. And that gets Falcon high caliber and Confederate. Now, friendly Kearsarge is quite low, but so is the Roussillon. It's taken out by the secondaries of the Kearsarge. Gotta love it. Alright, now it's 3v3 because the Jaeger has popped up yet again. This match is suddenly up very close. We have a Christopher and a Shear against Jaeger, an Iowa, and a Shear. Very interesting matchup. Oh, but the enemy Shear is also very quite low. Hello, sir. So this should be a good pickup for him here. He goes dark. Ooh, that is a very healthy Iowa, though. That's not good. Okay, there we go. There's a Shear. Shots out from the Iowa. That might be a dead enemy Shear or a dead Christopher here. I'm not really sure. The Jaeger should be losing that fight with the Christopher, unless the Christopher eats a wall of Jaeger torpedoes. Or if the Jaeger somehow outguns the Christopher, that Christopher needs to go turn in his destroyer license. Okay, but we're about to have a good broadside here on the Iowa, who's for some reason giving him all the broadside in the world. He is turning in now, at least. Let's see, 12 Kearsarge shells. No Citadels yet again. 15k, though. This man, like, I don't know what's wrong with his Kearsarge, but the Citadel machine's broken on it, apparently. Jaeger is somehow still alive against the Christopher, which is wild. Alright, planes out on the Iowa. Should get some nice fires here, because the Iowa doesn't really have anywhere to maneuver. He's stuck himself right next to an island. Alright, yeah, those shells are out at... Yep, at Falcon. Ooh, there we go. They have no problem finding his Citadel. Fire out on the Iowa. Broadside out on the Iowa. And... Again, no Citadels with 13k. Alright, we're down to... Oh, the Jaeger did kill the Christopher. Fascinating. So now down to a 2v2. Ooh. Ooh. Those shots were rough. So Jaeger is up north. Down to the 5-minute mark. Hello, Mr. Iowa. What a nice broadside you have there, sir. This gonna take him out. Take him down to 5k HP. Okay, nice bounces there. Ooh, ah ha 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 ha. Our buddy is out of heals, by the way. Here come the Christopher torpedoes. Those do miss. He's on 1600 HP, 1300 HP. He might get a secondary kill here on the Iowa. There we go. And and a nice little last minute salvo there from the Iowa to get the kill on our hero there. So yeah, boys and girls, no matter how hard you want to just kill, or no matter how hard you do kill, caps are still important, because that was a totally winnable game there for the enemy team there. Because I mean, look, they had a Jaeger left, and the enemy team only had a shear. Jaeger can run circles around a shear and cap all he wants, or defend the cap, so just hop from cap to cap. But if you just don't have the points, you don't have the time to do that. So green team played it smart, got the caps, then they played it incredibly unsmart, and just got absolutely slaughtered and ran over by the red team once the red team got their stuff together. But yeah, caps are important. That was a pretty impressive comeback from the red team there. They went from being crushed to, being on the cusp of winning if only they had one or two more caps the entire game, rather than just giving up the caps for the entirety of, well, the match right up there until the end. That Jaeger played very good, though. Very good play from that Jaeger, though. Got to give that to him for that. It was a pretty good close game. Some ways, I don't know. Was it really a close game? Yeah, it's an interesting game for sure, seeing how once again, caps are the most important thing you can possibly do. And again, a very interesting game for our hero, because he got nary a Citadel when there were plenty of cases where he should have got Citadel hits. I don't know if his gunners are setting his fuses a little bit too short or what, but yeah, Falcon, thanks you so much for sending this in to the channel. Again, just a reminder, guys, caps are more important than kills, no matter how hard you try. So I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, wonderful rest of your week. If you have a replay like this that's interesting, please feel free to send it into the email linked down below. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, wonderful rest of your week, and I hope to catch you guys in the next one.